What's poppin', y'all? It's la que hay, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, I know. I'm gonna definitely try not to do that ever again. I decided, you know what, I feel like everybody needs a kind of like one-on-one when it comes to like a step-by-step situation with beginner's makeup. So just like the very basic that has to do with makeup. So I decided, let me go ahead and do it. So I'm just gonna teach you guys some basic tricks that you can definitely incorporate in your makeup journey, if it's new, if it's not. And I'm gonna take it old school and we're gonna do a voiceover. So that is what I'm gonna be doing now. Alright, y'all, so I am brushing my eyebrow hairs up because we want to make sure and get every inch of these brows done. I'm going to be using this pomade by Maybelline, and also the brush is by Makeup by Ariel and Morphe. It is absolutely amazing, and you want to make sure that you have a brush that is very, very pressed, just like that one. You want to be able to go in very lightly on your brows. Pomades are very, very potent, so you don't want to go ahead and put too much product. You want to make sure your brows are coming out pretty realistically, unless you're going for a much broader look. Next, I like to go in with foundation under my eyebrows. In my opinion, it just gives it a more natural, snatched look, especially like just getting your eyebrows done. Now you can definitely use concealer. There is nothing wrong with using concealer. Of course, it's just a technique that I end up using. And next, I go in with this eyeshadow brush that I usually use for blending, but to be honest, I use it to blend out that foundation, so that it just gives it a more smoother look. And next, I go in with the spoolie just to make sure that no foundation got in my hairs, because we don't want it to look messed up. So next, we're going in with the L'Oreal concealer. It is the Infallible, and this is going to be the base for our eyeshadow look. And typically with your eyeshadow base, you can use an eyeshadow base, but I usually like concealer just because I love how much of a better look it ends up being. You can definitely use a brush, or you can use that beauty blender that you just saw to go ahead and smooth out that concealer on your eyes. And of course, the whole point of this is so that your eyeshadow actually ends up lasting a lot longer on your eyes. Next, we're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty loose setting powder. And of course, we're using the powder to go ahead and set that concealer, so that way we can start going in with the eyeshadow. So I'm going to be doing a very simple, to the point type of everyday look. I'm taking this brown shade from the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collab palette that I have here, and I like to go ahead and just brush it all over my eyes. Typically, I will do just that. Next, I'm adding this more like pale beigey color, and we're adding it just in the beginning of the eyes, not so much the inner corner, but I guess you can consider that the inner corner. So I'm just making sure we're going ahead and patting that on there. And then what I end up doing right afterwards is I just take that same brush that I went in with the brown shade, and I make sure to just smooth it out so that way it kind of goes together and blends very smoothly. Next, I'm going in with mascara, and of course this is the Essence mascara, and it is very affordable and honestly one of my faves. So what I have learned is that honestly, a good mascara might not even cost you a lot of money. So next, I'm taking the SPF from e.l.f. that I've been currently using, and it's an absolute favorite of mine, and it also works as a makeup primer, so I've been also using that, and it's left my makeup looking very smooth and beautiful. It gives such a glowy look to your just face in general. And what I'm doing here is I'm just adding the foundation by hand on my face instead of applying it on the actual makeup brush. In my opinion, I just feel like I get the most out of the product on my face when I do that. And then what I do here is I just pat it on my skin. You don't want to smooth it over. You want to make sure you're patting it on your skin and then bringing it down your neck. So you want to make sure that everything is, you know, matching. So I'm patting it on my skin just so that I can get the most out of the foundation. I've learned throughout the years that smoothing it, kind of like how I'm doing down my neck, does not work the same when you're doing it on your face. It just won't work, it won't last, and it honestly takes away from the actual coverage, in my personal opinion and experience. So I'm making sure that everything kind of just looks perfect and the way it should. And next we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This is also one of my favorites, and I'm just applying it to those parts of my face that I really do want to go ahead and conceal. So under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, of course my forehead, and I do like to put some around my nostrils as well. I feel like that part of my face creases quite a bit. So for concealing, I usually go in with this Real Techniques brush as well as a beauty blender. I love both, but this is me applying powder under my eyes. You want to make sure that you're making sure no creases are there before applying the loose powder, otherwise you're going to be creasing underneath your eyes. And next we're going in with the Morphe bronzer. This is a fave of mine and has a huge pan, and I typically just like to go in this motion on the top of my forehead, and then of course on each side. If you want to go ahead and make this ugly ass face, then you can, because as Tabitha Brown says, that's your business. Next we're going in with this Milani blush. I can't remember the name right now, but it is an OG. It's one of like the best ones just because it has kind of like a shimmer to it as well. And then I'm going in with this Ioni highlight in my inner corners and just adding a little bit of pizzazz in there, and that's a really good way to have a whole eye look go from basic to bam. And here we're just adding lip liner and a lip oil to go ahead and complete the look. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed and learned something from this video. Let me know your thoughts down below, because I'm always looking to see what you guys think. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Alright y'all, so this is gonna actually conclude today's look. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed and definitely learned something. If you definitely want to see more makeup beginner type looks, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely keep that in mind and make sure I put them out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.